Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anna Lazinski and I am a virtual assistant mentor and tech and automation specialist. And today I want to talk to you about the 4 phases of the client journey. These phases are great for you regardless of what business you're in, but if you are a Dubsado specialist or help people set up other systems and processes in their business, these 4 phases are going to help you to set up those steps in their client journey with more confidence and more ease. So let's get started. So I want to start by outlining these 4 phases and telling you exactly what they are, but I want to start with a disclaimer to say that there are phases before these steps and there are phases after these steps. But these 4 phases that I'm going to talk about today are the ones that are the core phases of the client journey and the ones that you're most often going to automate in a system such as Dubsado or Honeybook. So I want to start by just listing off the 4 phases, and then we can dive into what is included in each one of those phases. So phase number 1 is the lead phase. Phase number 2 is the onboarding phase. Phase number 3 is the active phase. And phase number 4 is the offboarding phase. All right, so let's dive into what each of these different phases are and what's included in them that you can use regardless of what industry you're in. So phase number 1, the lead phase. This is the phase that starts off immediately when a client fills out the lead capture form on your website. In fact, the lead capture form and the questions on the lead capture form are the very first pieces of the lead phase. From there, we might enter our client into a series of emails. So perhaps we have an automatic email that goes out as soon as they fill out that lead capture form that initiates them into the next steps. So we need to determine what we want those next steps to be. So before a client signs on, maybe we want to meet with them first. So we send them a scheduler to be able to schedule a call. Or maybe we want to send them more information. So we send them more information about our products, our services, and what we can offer them as a business. So we want to essentially lead the client down the path to be able to get them the information they need and also the information that we need from them to ensure that we're going to be a good fit to work together. The lead phase ends with the sending of a proposal, a contract, and an invoice, because that is the point in which the client is able to decide that they want to move on and be a client with us officially and can take that next step to be able to initiate that relationship with us. From here, we move on to the onboarding phase. So as soon as the contract is signed and the deposit is paid, we can open up our onboarding phase for our client. So this is going to include all of the different steps we need to be able to make sure that our client is ready to work with us, to be able to make sure that we have everything we need to be able to do our job, and to make sure that we are ready to just get started with our job together. So this can also include a series of emails if you need to have an email exchange with your client. It can be perhaps sending a scheduler to schedule a meeting to be able to have an onboarding call with the client. It can also include things like an onboarding gift, a welcome packet, any questionnaires to be able to gather initial information from your client, and all of the things that you need to be able to actually start working on the fulfillment of your offer in the next phase. So any of those things that you need to create for this phase is going to help you to be able to do your job and to do it well in the next phase. So taking some time to determine what you need to collect from your client, what kind of conversations or email exchanges you need to have, any kind of documents that you need to have signed after the contract, that sort of thing is going to help you tremendously in going into the next phase, which is the active phase. This phase might also be called the fulfillment phase because this is the phase that is going to be the most unique depending on what type of business you have. So this is the phase where you are doing the fulfillment work of your offer. So that means that you are doing all of the steps that you need to do to be able to make sure that you have fulfilled whatever it is in the contract that the client has purchased your services for. So this is things like you doing the physical work to get things done, you building out their workflows or their forms or their website or whatever it is that you're doing, and all of the different tasks that need to go behind that, and making sure that we are outlining all of that as well to ensure that we know what is going on with our project, to make sure that no parts or pieces of that fulfillment of that offer are forgotten. Once we have completed our fulfillment of our offer, the next phase is the offboarding phase. So this is going to be things like perhaps scheduling an offboarding call to ensure that we are able to properly transfer any knowledge that needs to be transferred to the client that way. Any offboarding documentation, so any help guides, troubleshooting guides, things that you can give the client to be able to empower them to continue to make changes or adjustments to what you created for them after the fact. This might also include a thank you gift of thanking the client for being such a good client, as well as asking for feedback or testimonials in this phase as well. So those are the main components of the offboarding phase. Essentially, you want to make sure that you are transferring any knowledge that you have that the client needs to know to be able to self-manage their project, and as well as ensuring that you have everything you need, such as referrals, testimonials, affiliate programs, that sort of thing that you want to invite your client into. So when we take all 4 of these phases and put them together, we have a tremendous, beautiful journey that we are taking our client on. And altogether, it can seem super overwhelming and super hard to kind of figure out all the parts and the pieces of our process. But if we break them down into these 4 categories, we're able to make our process more digestible, make our process even better, because we're able to focus in and hyper-focus in on one specific piece, as well as making sure that all of the pieces flow together in an organic manner, and making sure that we are able to serve our clients well, regardless of where they're at in the process. So it will cut down your overwhelm. It will help you to think more critically about each piece. And if you are developing this for somebody else, it's easier to ask them questions specific to each one of these pieces than to conglomerate it all together and ask them about their process as a whole. And so I hope this was helpful. If you found value in this, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway was from this video. I hope it was helpful for you guys. I always love to hear from you in the comments. I'm always down there after the video is posted, engaging with you guys. And so I am really grateful for you being here, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. We'll talk to you later.